Hello, I'm going to be making some more cards with the card kit of the month from Spellbinders, the Truly Madly Deeply card kit. And this is from January 2022. So here's the little inspiration sheet that comes with the kit. Now I've already made 10 cards with the kit and I will show everything at the end. So I am going to be working on, I actually made more than that as of this video, but I've made 10 other designs. So like I said, I'm going to show that at the end. So now I'm just going to keep going with my cards. This is part 3, and videos part 1 and 2 have 2 card designs on them, and the other video, that was not straight. The other video, part 3, when I first made it, did not work, so this will be part 3. So some of the cards that I made did not end up making it to a video, which, whatever, wasn't meant to be, I guess. Not really that concerned. And I'm just gonna stick down my strip of pattern paper now to the back of the pattern paper, the bigger one, because I don't want to trim it early and then it be too short. So this is just what I do. I'll put some adhesive on there and line it up on the bottom so it's covering and go straight up. And then I'll take my scissors and just snip the top right off like that. And then stick the whole piece of pattern paper onto the back. This is kind of a quick card. There's no stamping or embossing. I did go ahead and die cut before I started filming, just a simple circle. So you don't need anything fancy. If you wanted to remake this card, go for it. It's just a basic circle. So I'll set that down. And then I wanted to use these 2 die cut pieces and then a chipboard sticker, always and no matter what. Pretty sweet. So I'm just gonna kind of arrange them like that, I think. Yeah, that'll be good. Maybe I want the bigger one on the outside. It all depends on what works for your eye. What does it look like? That looks good to me. Okay, so I'm just gonna slide that off and then start gluing these down. Now you could use the double-sided tape that comes in the kit, but for the sake of this video not being 5 hours long, I'm just using my wet glue. And I've talked about it in another video, the art glitter glue, you know, but, well, if you've watched it, you know. I did order the Barely art glue, so it's actually supposed to be coming later today, so looking forward to that. And then this sentiment says forever, and I love the gold glitter puffy words because of the bling. So I'm just going to pop out those centers. It says forever. So I think we're going to have the F start right on the edge there. And we'll start with 4. Now when I use these, I kind of just set them down at first and I don't push hard because I don't know if it's going to be straight or not until I have everything down. And then I will press it with more intention. That looks good. Little pat. And I think I will add some sequins to this card. I really do like the little color that they have on these sequences. Pretty nice. Well, let's plan it. I think I've dropped that glue bottle 3 times, and this video is probably 5 minutes long already. Should I do 3 or 5? 3 or 5? I'm gonna do 5. I kind of like when things kind of have your eye move, and it kind of gives the card a little bit of direction. So your eye might start, when you first look at it, my eye goes right to that always and no matter what, because it is blue and it stands out against the pink. Kind of contrast there. Okay, sequin, lay flat. But, maybe someone else's eye goes to that forever. But with these sequins, it kind of helps your eye move around. So you're looking at more than one element on the card. I don't know if this is just like not sticky or what, but it is not sticking to my sequins today. Much better. Oh, and it falls. I'm just going to use my tweezers. Oh, you have to release them. Huh. Okay. All right. So that completes this card. I did make a sister card. Now, to me, a sister card is something that looks similar but not the same. So that's the sister card for this one. So that would be 11 and 12. And I'll just set that off to the side so it can dry. And we'll start with the next one, which this was a kind of fun one to design, so I think it'll be fun to make. All right, I did use the little flower die cut and the strip with the embossed diamond shapes on it. Stay put. I think maybe in my next video I'll have this, if it's cardstock or pattern paper. I think I'm just gonna stick that on before I start because everyone knows how to put a piece of paper on a card. It's not too difficult. I think anyone needs help with that. Maybe you do, I don't know. I never seem to get it straight card bases when I make them either. I think that would be my craft dream if I could just have endless card bases pre-made for me. So I wouldn't have to cut and measure and fold because I just like the making the card part. I don't want to form the card base. Okay, I'm going to trim off the bottom too, since it seems to be a little long. Chop, chop, chop. Okay. Then I'm going to kind of build my bigger piece here. I used a die that is just a banner die from a stitched banner from my stash because I liked the idea of the banner from the kit, but for this card I wanted to use up some of the like pieces like this, just a extra scrap from when you cut the card base or the matted layer of pattern paper. I really wanted to use this music note paper because I thought it was so pretty, and I just thought, well, I'll use a skinny die from my stash and then stick this little, I don't know what to call it, cover plate on top. like so. And I didn't glue down this part yet because I kind of want it to flare up a little. Then, which one do I want on top? Love you, miss you. Okay, well, then I'm going to take 2 of these little banners from the kit. Love you and miss you. And I'm just going to put glue on the bottom one for now and kind of line up the hole. And on this card, I'm not going to put ribbon through it. I'm actually going to put one of the sequins or gems or flowers. I haven't decided, but I'm going to put something over the hole because I don't really want to have string on this card. It's just not speaking to me. So now I'm just going to put down the whole piece here. And because this is straight, I'm going to try to put that straight on the card, kind of lining that up with the triangles of the pattern paper. Maybe. Sure. Okay, and then I was going to put these little banners at the top. I should probably put the one that goes in the middle on first for space. Now that one has to go in the middle, but I do want the pink one to be farther away from the pink here. So I think I'm going to put love in the middle. Then, so hugs, love, XOXO. In my head, I keep saying OXO, which is a kitchen utensil brand. Not the same thing. Oh yeah, I was going to put love down first. Okay. And I'm again going to use my liquid glue for that. Plus, if it's crooked, I have a second to just kind of tweak it. And again, I'm not going to use ribbon on this for the little banners because I don't really want to fuss with it right now. I don't really want to add thick ribbon to this card because it's already kind of heavy with some of the chipboard stickers and the layered dies and whatnot. Okay, make sure they're spaced nicely. Yeah, it should do it. Okay. Then I have the sentiment, I choose you, which is very dramatic sounding, but hey, you know, you gotta choose somebody if you're gonna give them a card. Who are you gonna choose? Just kidding. Okay, and I have my little flower die cuts from the card kit of the month. I think I'm just gonna kind of scatter them. I don't really want it to line up on any one thing specifically. And that means I need to put a gem up in that little hole area. So put some glue down and find a gem. I'm going to do a little one because I don't want to add too much weight to the card. It's already quite a bit. All right. And spread the glue and release it. Okay. Try that again. That one has glue all over it now, so I'll have to wait till that dries and put on a different card. There we go. And then I'm going to put just a little glue on the flowers and put a very small gem in the center of those flowers. Use my littlest gems. Okay. The reason why I just stick my finger in there and then put them on the table here is because I want them to be upright so my jewel picker can just pick it up and we can move along like that. And then take my finger, stamp them up, put them back in. So this is the only card that I made with this pattern paper so far. So I don't have a sister card for it yet, but who knows? So that will be card 13. Now I'm going to use this paper, which I thought was so beautiful with the big florals and the gold accents, and I'm going to just do the middle of the card first because I have it all planned, and I've already slid out before, so I'm just gonna stick it down kind of quick. To me, you might as well put something in the inside. If you have the scrap paper, use it. Why not? Now, how did I want this love and ticket? I think I'll put it like this. Just kind of simple. Now I'm going to put my golden cardstock down, and I think this tape runner, which is the dots permanent, will stick nicely with the gold mirror cardstock. I found that there are some adhesives that don't really like to stick to the gold mirror because it's very shiny, as you can see, but I think that is working so far, so I'm going with it. And lop off the top, which means I probably will need to lop off the bottom, but time will tell. Now, this is a really simple card, and because I love the simple cards where you can just let the pattern paper just shine. It doesn't have to be anything fancy to still enjoy all of that pattern paper. It's so pretty. And then I took the sentiment and then just matted it onto the scrap piece that I had of the gold mirror cardstock. Ooh, did I want to lift that up? I think I wanted to mount that. Okay, we're gonna mount that. Where do I have my foam adhesive? Ah, there it is. And I'm just gonna stick some of the foam dots down. The art glue won't really harm anything. It'll just dry, so it's fine. All right, and I'm gonna add just one more little section. And then pick off all the release papers. It always amazes me of how many cards I can make with just one kit. And it also amazes me that there are so many different things you can do with the same materials. You know, there's quite a few videos on YouTube of people using the kits. And, you know, I don't really see a lot of overlap of paper and design and you know, of course, sometimes people use the same ephemera, the same paper, but it still will look like a very different card. And to me, that's pretty wonderful. Now, I am going to do a few sequins on this one. I think I'm going to put some kind of scattered like this. And it's a very flashy card with the gold, and why don't we just add more sequins? Something that was kind of new to the kits this month was this little banner tag, whatever you want to call it. I thought those were something that I could pop on a lot of cards, and it is so pretty. And it's kind of one of those made already items where you don't have to do all this fuss to it for it to be pretty. Now I am going to put some pearls down to go with the sequins. So I did have glue pop out the top, and anytime glue pops out of the sequin from the bottom, I just figure why not put something on top, because that to me looks better than a little glue nub. And that is it for this card. And since there are 2 pieces of that pattern paper, I did make a sister card to this one. The only thing that's different is the sequin placement and the sentiment on the little banner here, but basically the same card. Okay, I am going to make one more card today, and then I'm going to end the video. So this is my last card. And when I first saw these tags, when I was unboxing my kit, I knew that those were going to make it on a card together, because they just look like they go together to me really nicely. And I liked that the pattern paper matched the bottom of this one. So my eye, when I was looking at it, said, you know, that goes together. Like I've said before, everything is supposed to coordinate, but I do think that some things just go even, you know, better together than some. So to me, this makes sense that it will go together. You know, I'm going to leave that thick edge. And speaking of edges, I did have a little scrap with an envelope that says "with love," and I'm going to use that in the center. Now you could use the stamps from the kit and put a sentiment in the center as well. Sometimes I will do that if I know that I am giving it to a specific person, but since this one is for an unknown recipient, I don't want to stamp like "you are my true love" if this is just gonna go to, you know, my cousin or something, or my neighbor. And I just pulled some twine that I have in my stash. This twine is from Dollar Tree. I have a lot of colors. This was kind of like a fall kit or fall pack, but you know, they have a lot of there at Dollar Tree. Depending on what it is, you might get a more cost-effective amount at a craft store if it's on sale or something, but I saw it at Dollar Tree and thought, sure, I'll buy it. And I do tie 2 little knots in the bottom. for the top of my ribbon, just because I don't really want it unraveling. And then I just trim it. So the knots are at different lengths, but that's kind of the whimsy of it all. And I do like that those will move. And, you know, I think I'm going to use the double-sided tape here and just tape down over that ribbon just to encourage it to not move anywhere. I'm not even going to take the release paper off because it doesn't need it off. So I will glue this giant tag down, and this time I'm going to put it straight. Sorry, sometimes I feel like I'm working at the base of my mat. Should probably not do that. Okay, and I'm going to use another one of these little banners because they're very simple and pretty. And that's going to go, I think I wanted it down here. You are the best. Now this card doesn't scream Valentine's Day, so it could be a thank you cards if you needed one. I was just going to put that little heart at an angle. And I'm not going to put sequins on this one. Not feeling it, but on the sister card that I made with it, I really blinged it out, and I put sequins and the glittered foam hearts all over it, and I put this one at an angle, but the sentiments still move and it's still pretty playful. So far, I did say at the end of the video I'd show everything that I've made. So I've made obviously this card that I just showed you, these two, this one that just has its own pattern paper. I didn't make a sister card for that one. The envelope hearts and the rainbows and the little pink car card and the wedding themed card. I've deemed it that. And then in my past two videos, I've made these two. So come on back for another video later, and I'll have some more cards from the January Kit of the Month from 2022.